Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would first like to thank you all for joining us on such short notice. We know you guys have a lot going on, and we don't want to take up too much of your time, so we'll try to keep this brief. Or at least as brief as we can with all the announcements we have. First off, allow me to introduce myself. My name is BJ Spencer. I am the owner, founder, and lead voice of 3rd Street Wrestling. Yes, I'm the guy you hear screaming in your ear every show. I am sorry. Now, we would also like to thank you guys for the incredible support you guys have shown the series since its inception. And of course, at our very first pay-per-view, Welcome to the Row. That show was an incredible success, and it wouldn't be a success without you guys. So thank you so much. We would also like to take a moment to thank our new sponsor. If you guys have been paying attention to Twitter recently, it's recently been announced that Instant Classic Studios is now the official sponsor of 3rd Street Wrestling, which means now they have to put us over. But in all seriousness, someone had to pay for the crazy shit we're doing, so they're going to be footing the bill from now on. But no, it is very, very incredible to be sponsored by ICS, and we cannot wait to work with them in the future. Now, let's talk about the future some more, shall we? We have a lot in store for 3rd Street Wrestling coming up, including our very next pay-per-view event, Destination X, which will be held in Chicago, Illinois in 2022, and will feature the very first defense of the 3rd Street Wrestling World Championship, Xavier Crace going one-on-one against D'Angelo. Now, both these guys have been very busy and very active in 3rd Street and abroad. Of course, they put on phenomenal performances at Welcome to the Row. Crace getting a phenomenal, if controversial, win over Phantasma to earn his shot at the World Championship. And of course, D'Angelo defeating 5 other men in the Gauntlet for the Gold to win the first ever World Championship. Both men put on amazing performances and were probably the biggest spotlights of the show. Of course, they've also been very busy in places like LWE, where both men were the final 2 of the Immortalized Rumble this past weekend. Of course, if you did see the show, you saw that, allow me to be a bit of a mark for ourselves for a second, our guy won. Fuck yeah. 3rd Street Wrestling World Champion won the Immortalized Rumble in LWE. Oh, hell yeah. Had to fit the Steve Austin voice in there somehow. But being a mark for ourselves aside, we would like to congratulate D'Angelo for his tireless work over at LWE and being able to outlast that many people to win the Immortalized Rumble. He's been working his ass off for the past year over there, and we don't want to discredit his work at all. He's been grinding his ass off. And Crace put on probably one of the best performances of the match. We're going to say it's the best performance because I don't want to give credit to the guy that was apparently the Iron Man of that Rumble match. Fuck Jimmy Darrow. Sorry, not trying to be unprofessional here. Both men have been putting in the work recently, and being they both faced off during the Immortalized Rumble, that might set up a bit of tension for their upcoming World Championship match at Destination X. We would also like to announce that the 3rd Street Wrestling World Champion will be live on the air during SmackDown Episode 1 to speak to the 3rd Street Wrestling fan base after his amazing win at Welcome to the Row. We promised we weren't holding back on him for velocity. We just wanted to save him for the big show. And of course, there's also the 4-man Ultimate X ladder match to determine who will get a shot at any championship in 3rd Street Wrestling whenever they want. That is way too much power for a single wrestler to wield, so I hope they are fucking happy, whoever fucking wins. One man, of course, did punch their ticket into this ladder match, and that man will be Christian Shelley. He starting to turn his luck around as of late. It didn't really help him at Immortalized. He got his ass kicked again. But He's also been shown to be one hell of a fucking underdog. I swear to God, I've seen this man get up from shit I would have retired from. So we can't wait to see what sort of crazy shit he's going to pull out of his ass during the Ultimate X. And of course on SmackDown Episode 1, we will see Cedric Young going one-on-one against Alex Mercer in another qualifying match for the Ultimate X ladder match. And then we will see more qualifying matches on subsequent episodes of Velocity and SmackDown leading up to Destination X. So we will see who will be taking part in these matches when we get there. But what happens after Destination X? Where do we go from there? Well, we have some very big things planned. One of which comes at the very end of the season. We're going to take things a little bit out of order here, and we're going to talk about the finale. You see, if you're going to end off the season, you're going to end it off with your biggest show. And our biggest show will be emanating live from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania during 2022. And that show, ladies and gentlemen, will be TSW WrestleMania 1. We've been waiting to announce this for a little bit, but yes, we are going to be holding WrestleMania for the very first time in what some would say is our home away from home, Philadelphia. Philadelphia holds a very special place in the heart of Third Street Wrestling. We held our very first live show in your house in the ECW Arena. And we're very proud to be partnering with the city of Philadelphia to bring WrestleMania to you guys during the season finale. But it's not exactly a normal WrestleMania. You see, for what we have planned, what we have in store, and the amount of shit we want to cram into this, we feel we might have made WrestleMania a bit too big. Some might say too big for just one night. So, I'm here to announce that WrestleMania 1 will be a 2-night event emanating from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. I know, I've said that a lot today. I'm kind of proud of it. But what do you do to fill 2 nights of fucking shows? Well, there's a lot of things going on. We can't reveal the entire booking schedule to peel back the curtain and, break kayfabe a bit. But we can reveal how we're going to lead into it. You see, in between Destination X and WrestleMania, we have something just as big to fill the time. You see, we have partnered with the city of Steelport to bring their yearly tradition to you under the Third Street Wrestling banner. So, we are very honored to announce that in 2022, Third Street Wrestling will be holding the annual Murder Brawl event. This event, for those that do not know, is a yearly tradition in the city of Steelport, known for very violent and bloody death matches. We're not even going to sugarcoat it. You've seen the shit we feature on our show. And we plan on upholding that level of insane ultra-violence this year. But we also have something a bit different in mind as well. You see, being it's the last show before WrestleMania, the last pay-per-view event before WrestleMania, we think it's fitting to make this an all-or-nothing event. A real clusterfuck, if you will. So why not make a little history? That's why at Murder Brawl, you will see 2 firsts. As 13 men and 13 women will compete in the very first Lucky 13 Rumble matches. For those that do not know what a Rumble match is, which I'm pretty sure is a very select few, But two people, men or women, will start in the ring. Every few minutes, another person comes out of the ring until the entirety of the 13 have entered. Only way to win is to throw your opponent out, 2 feet touch the floor, over the top rope. You know the spiel by now. But the winners will go on to earn women's and world championship matches at the main event of WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 respectively. How's that for a big fucking announcement, huh? Figured it might be a good time to announce that since, Immortalized just happened this weekend. We're not trying to piggyback or anything. But that's what we have in store for the rest of the season. We also have some big things planned for the beginning of season 2, as you didn't hear this from me, but we might be leaving the States. You might be going across the pond. Maybe a Japan tour for the beginning of season 2, but we can't spoil that too much now, can we? Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for joining us and the company as a whole for this very special announcement. Thank you guys for continuing to support the show. Stay tuned to the 3rd Street Wrestling Twitter account, as we will be posting more updates for these upcoming shows as they come, as they're ready. We hope you guys are ready for 3rd Street Wrestling SmackDown, as I saw a lot of you were very excited by the intro. We were excited too. Fucking love that song. And just overall, again, we cannot do any of this without the support you guys have given us. And it seriously does mean the world to myself, to everybody that works during corporate, or everybody that works in writing and booking, or everybody in the back that puts their body on the line for this show. We would not be doing this shit if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you with everything in our being, man. But with that, it's time to bid you guys adieu, goodbye, and good night. I'm not stealing Kenny Omega's gimmick. Thank you guys for joining us. And we cannot wait to bring you the phenomenal content 3rd Street Wrestling that you've come to know from us. Good night, everybody. We'll see you at SmackDown.